So welcome back, family. Our last tutorial we look at what Scuml have to do with EFCC and why you need Scuml. Then we also make mention of the courses that leads you to get a Scuml certificate and how EFCC wants you to enjoy your money when it comes to Scuml. Then to things to avoid when you are getting Scuml, right? So these are things we look at in the previous episode of our Scuml tutorial. So I think you should go and watch that video because it is very much important. So you won't fall into victim. So you won't get to pay for what you don't buy for when it comes to Scuml registration and the likes. So I think you should watch that video, then you should come back before proceeding in watching this tutorial, right? So in today's tutorial, we are going to be looking at the requirements when you want to register for Scuml, right? This will be a detailed tutorial, just like our previous one that have explained the reason why you should get Scuml, right? So now, this is the Scuml website here. You just want to type www.scuml.org, then you want to enter into any browser, right? So if you are to do it very well, just go to, if you want to enjoy it very well, select the desktop version for this, so you will see their full version, right? So after you must have done that, now let's look at their requirements. What are the requirements of these people before we proceed in doing any registration at all? Just come to this side here, then you want to click on what? You want to click on the registration guidelines first. This is the first thing you should always do when you want to do anything at all. Just click on this registration guidelines. So we need to look at their guidelines before proceeding to our online registration, right? So you want to click on registration guideline. So once you click on it, it will load and takes you to the next page. This is giving me a PDF format, right? So let me just say I want to select it with PDF. So I'll open this file to see their registration guidelines, right? So now this is everything you want to know as at when Scuml registration is concerned. Now we have different subcategories. I've also discussed this in my previous video. That is why I said for you to understand how these things works, you need to watch that previous video. I'm also going to be linking the video under the description button of this video, so you can click on it to watch. Now, talking of the requirements, we have different subcategories when it comes to the requirement. Now, let's first start from if you are dealing with luxury goods. What do they mean by luxury goods? You should all know something that is expensive like gold, jewelries, right? So under this category, you want to select the one that suits what you are doing. Now, the first one here states if you are registering for limited liability. The first requirement under this page is your certificate of incorporation, which is your certificate with CAC. Then the second one here says the memorandum, right? The memorandum. Let me try to zoom in so you guys can see it very well. So it says your memorandum and articles of association. So this is very much important. The third one says form CAC 1.1. Then if it is for old registration, you will get your CAC 2 or CAC 7 for the old registration. Then you also need your TIN number, which is your tax identification number. If you don't know how to get that, I can quickly help you get it within 24 hours, and I'm going to help you get it, then send it to you. That is not a problem. You can reach out to me. Now, the next one is BVN. You will need your BVN, your bank name, and also your account number. This can be the account number of the bank that you want to register for. You want to register the corporate account for. That is for those who are registering for limited liability. Now for business name, I think the business name is very much easier here. This is the business name. So the requirement for the business name is the first one is the certificate of your incorporation. Then the second one is your BN form, which is your proprietor's particular, which comes alongside with your CAC certificate, then your TIN number and your BVN, then your bank name and your account number. So that one is quite easier. Now the same thing applicable to the subcategories for the dealers that who are into jewelries. The same thing applicable for them, but I think they have some additional registration requirements, which includes evidence of registration with Jewelries Marketers Associations of Nigeria, which is JMAN, right? So that is everything you want to know. Now they said you should take note of this. Any company that has the following business objective, maybe mining, oil and gas, or exports, or investment, or what, pharmacy in their mainland, should ensure that the necessary approvals, authorization, licenses are attached to the application. So if you have extras, document certificates that have to do with these categories, make sure you get it and attach it, right? So for the car dealers, I think the same thing also, for the car dealers, the same thing applicable for them. Then the supermarket, then another one here is what that falls under hotel and hospitality. Then if you fall under the casino, pool betting, lottery businesses. Then another one here is audit firm. If you are into audit firm, then tax consultancy. Then what? Another one here is accounting firm. Then we have estate surveyors and valuers, right? So these are things you need to know, right? So another page for this is if you are registering for real estate dealers, right? Then if you are also into mechanized farming, so you want to just go to the categories that your business falls in. We have different categories. If I'm to continue scrolling down here, you will see a lot of categories. So you just want to look for the one that suits your business, right? So you want to scroll down. We are dealing with EFCC here, so you need to be very, very careful. So you need to go through the requirement first, so you don't want to get yourself into trouble by uploading the certificates that is not required, right? So these are things you need to know. After you must have done, then you want to go to their website to click on online registration. But the things you need to take note again is all those documents required, you need to download it on your phone. That's the first thing. Then the second thing is to do what? Get it in PDF format. And that PDF, it must not be greater than, I think, 2 megabytes, 2 MB. So you can use some different online, what's it called, online platform to generate the PDF format for you. Then the next thing, when you are doing your registration, you are also going to be needing the director's informations, right? So you are going to be uploading all the documents that was required. So these are things you need to know when we are talking about the requirements that have to do with getting Scuml certificate ready, right? So I think you find value in watching this tutorial today. Now in my next tutorial, we are going to be looking at how you can register for a Scuml certificate, how you can apply for online Scuml certificate just with your mobile phone. And if you have PC, the same thing is applicable to for you getting it done on your PC, right? So don't forget to go and watch my previous video, then we can now proceed in doing the registration together. All right, so if you have any questions, you can drop it under the comment section. Don't forget that EFCC did not charge for this certificate. It is free. They want you to enjoy your money. They don't want you to get into trouble. I've explained that in my previous tutorial, so that is why you need to watch it. All right. So thank you guys for watching the video to the very end. I will see you in my next tutorial.